This is George Bernard Shaw, right? And I'll read it for you. This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clot of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will never devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it what I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. And that is then George Bernard Shaw. So, in short, Jeff Goldblum on the Colbert Show is asked, "What inspires you or what keeps you inspired?" Goldblum responds, "This quote, I keep coming back to it." And as it goes with popular cultural references or anything on YouTube, I suppose, it's too easy to just go, "Oh, it's Goldblum." So you dive a little deeper in your Wikipedia, Mr. George Bernard Shaw. And Shaw is a political activist, a playwright, and a polemicist, which I didn't know what it was or what it means. It is someone who, almost as a profession, uses a contentious rhetoric to basically debate for or against a certain position. So there you go, polemicist. And when I heard Goldblum talk about this and how the quote kept him inspired, I came back to it and eventually decided, oh, I will also then print this out and hang this up as one of the three posters that I'm choosing for this year. And what has struck me up to now, June 2026, is that half a year in, I can still read this quote. I can still read this portion of Shaw's rhetoric. I can be encouraged and inspired to the point that I want to read more of Shaw's plays, more of his writings and his poems. And not maybe so much for the way that the poem or the quote flows and the rhyming or the poetic nature and flow within the text itself is lovely. I want to read more of Shaw because I want to understand the author's position on life and his passion for wanting to be used up and to be of service to the whole community. For me, the reason this is a personal quote as chosen for this year is the strong belief that architecture, design, and building is something that we evidently do for a specific client or stakeholder, but at large is to service of the whole society around us. It is as part of the community as many other things are. And I think in this day and age, we somehow seem to forget that. And we do more and more for stakeholders who pay us obviously a handsome fee, and there's nothing wrong with that fee or with that way of working. But if I go back 20 or 30 years and read through books of architects and prolific builders, I find a lot more of their life play out in society, part of society, reconciling their practice to the benefit of the larger community. And that thoroughly inspires me, as so much of the work that we do is wholly commercially based and doesn't easily fall in line with whatever is happening in society. And to pursue that, to find ways and avenues of commerce to engage with society and design for society, I think is something to strive for. I hope this little conversation, this rhetoric, albeit in its philosophical nature, has inspired you. Maybe to hang up a poster of your own for your coming year, to consider what your quarterly, yearly, or 3 year horizon plans are, and to find things to do in your life that have meaning beyond the self. And so I want to encourage you that if you find that, please leave a comment below. Please follow and subscribe to hear more about the other posters that are in these series. And if you specifically want to engage around design thinking, you're welcome to follow our playlists that speak about those topics. For now, I wish you a wonderful day and I hope you're well.